Hello, YouTube. It is Damien. It is Dame Matters England. It is Season 9, Season 2 here with Burnley. And today, we have the opening Premier League game against Watford, who, by the way, finished 4th last season and have Champions League football. What a way to test ourselves. One of the sides that have kind of grown into, a European-based side. Well, they are in Europe. So, a very good test at home at Turf Moor to really see how these new signings are gelled and what sort of squad that we have. I am going to let you know now, it has been a massive, massive stream of getting players in, and I hope that we are going to do a very, very good job here with the new signings and everything that goes through. Anyhow, we are going to go into the season preview as always. We are predicting to finish 13th. We're meant to be playing 4-2-3-1 this season. I don't think we will. There's a few names that you'll see there and go, hang on, you signed who? Yes, let's go through and talk about them. First thing I'm going to say is Miguel got a new work permit because he's played in the World Cup for Colombia. We will talk about him as well in a second, but let's just get straight into the transfers because that is what we're here for. Anyway, as you can see, I tweeted out on Twitter, and we saw it too, that we had 6 mil worth of wage, but we obviously can move it up and down a little bit. In the end, I'm pretty happy with the amount of wage that we have left. We got plenty in the wage budget. Our best way of making, transfers this season has been the freeze. Anyway, as you can see on the outs, there has been some big outs, and you would have seen that, the first one is the biggest of them all. Federic, our captain last season, a player that I raved on about, a player that probably helped us single-handedly, him and Duckett towards the end of the season, to finish where we finished because we went on a bit of a run. And he was pivotal in the terms of the saves. But when Liverpool come calling, who are the most reputable side in the world, it's very hard to keep his head focused here. He complained to his teammates. There was a little bit of a dispute with the change room because they really wanted to get behind their captain, which I can understand. It's Liverpool. In the end, I said, they offer 30 mil up front, we'll take it. In the end, I got 24.5, 30 mil over clauses. I said, look, with the lack of money that we have and the lack of wage that we have and the quality of free transfers that I know I can bring in this season, because a lot of people that are quality got released, I decided to sell and cash in. We also sold Keaton Parks. He didn't want to be here. I think we did that 6 months ago. Sam Rose went out on deadline day for 9 mil. Just the amount of goals this guy cost us because he had not 8 passing was a joke. Hopefully he performs well for Wolves in the Championship. Kenny Tete went out because I signed 2 right backs because they are both quality. And Kenny has a 57 scout rating. Look, I would have used Kenny this season. He would have been my starting right back if he decided to stay. Didn't stay because he isn't, quality, and I decided to get 2 people in for less money than 9 mil that are going to do an even better job. Chinoglu went out for 8.75 mil, mainly to get the wages out. Daniel Correa went out, which is someone that we loaned out, said we could sell in the future. Got him out for 6.5. I think we've done well. Jemison went out because we signed 2 right backs on centre backs on freeze, and you'll see who they are in a second. Jemison looks pretty good. Elio went out. Danilo Pereira went out as well, which may surprise a few people. Just is it going to decline? He had a big wage. I just wanted to get the wages off so we could sign the freeze. And you can see from the freeze that we have who we signed. I am going to highlight a few players here before we get into this list. Bello, and I sort of signed Marino, but we're not going to really focus on him. I'll just highlight him quickly. Just got a lot of potential. Free, he's got a lot of good stats. I decided to get him in. Because I feel like maybe if we needed a centre mid because we went through an injury crisis, he could do a job. Anyway, those players that we're not going to talk about because there we are. Gus is the first one. Gus we signed 6 months ago. And Gus, by the way, was wanted by quite a lot of clubs in world football. If you were in the stream, you would have known, like Marseille's, Olympique Lyon's, had Newcastle's, Everton's, you name it. They all wanted him. The wonder kid decided to come to Burnley because we offered him some first-team rotation football. In the end, though, the guy looks amazing. He's going to be our starting winger this season over Alan Halilovic, as I'm going to man up and try and say his name. We picked him up on a freeze worth 23 mil, so even if he flops, we're going to make money on him. But look how good he is. He can get up and down. Yes, he's small, but I don't care. He's got great work rate, great technique, and can whip in a ball and has had a really good pre-season, which we'll talk about last. Angus has come in, Matt, but we're going to throw him to Gus because I really like how Gus comes out, and we can scream Gus really loud. Anyway, Antonio Rudiger and Varane. I let that sink in. Antonio Rudiger and Rafael Varane are at Burnley. Do I need to repeat it? Probably not, but you get the picture. Rudiger is not just here, he is club captain in his first season. Rudiger is a bit of a tank. One of my normal viewers, we are currently live on Twitch, links are in the description below, there's the plug, said he's such a rock, I've never seen a player so underrated on FM. I would agree. when you go to Barcelona and you have a very successful career at Barcelona, to pick this guy up is not too bad. When we picked him up at Chelsea, he spent lots of years at Chelsea as well. I'm pretty happy with how Antonio Rudiger has decided to come and play for us. He really wanted to come too. 140k, not a problem. There's a bit of a story behind Varane, but we'll talk about it. Anyway, marking, tackling, his mentals are fantastic. He's still physically solid. I feel like this guy is going to shore up the defense. It was the area we needed to work on the most, and we got an experienced head that can lead this side, and hopefully, means lack of goals conceded. Varane fits the build even more, and he's even better at heading a ball. Just his pace has started to decline a little bit more than Rudiger's. However, this guy really wanted like 255, 300k. As you can see, we could only afford about 140. He then wanted 210, and then Lokomotiv Moscow decided to sign him for 300 odd k, and in the end, they rejected because he didn't want to go to Russia. In the end, we got him on 140k. Pretty late on in the window, but Rafael Varane, what a lad. Well, pretty late on. Pretty late on in terms of when we made the rest of the frees, but not too bad. Roberto Firmino came in, pretty much got him on a trial, looked at him and said, yes, not a problem. I then picked up a striker, which we talked about pretty soon in this list. He's even better than that. It's Duck Norris. Duck Norris, good to see you. It's the Duck anyway. By the way, Duck Norris, we have actually called someone after you. We'll show you who he is in a second. By the way, shout out in the chat for Duck Norris. He's a great streamer. Bobby came in on a free, mainly because he can play in the holes, which allows us to play 4-2-3-1 if we need to. If not, he does play up front really well. Wouldn't normally start because he's actually still really good, but not too bad. Pat Guy, Jeff is backup left winger to Ojo. Look how good he is. He's tall, 192 centimeters. He is not too bad. He is unreal. I love every minute of Pat, especially the height. He's actually got a little bit of potential as well. Back up to Ojo. This guy had a really good preseason. Dirt cheap. On a free, dirt cheap wages. This guy has all the freedom to develop. Marino we talked about. Craig for 4.8k. Look, he's got potential. I can sell him on. No brainer, really. Not much to talk about. Donald I didn't bring in. Juan Morales is one of the two right backs we talk about. One went and played in the World Cup for Colombia, which means he was going to get a work permit. Scouting him out, and look how good he is at 18. Yes, he only has 9 passing, 9 dribbling. Yes, that's probably a big way in the way we play our system. However, right, he's 18, those are going to go 11s, 12s, 13s really quickly. He's physically not too bad. Yes, his jumping range is a bit low, but we don't mind. Tackling and all that's not too bad. Teamwork, wish his work rate was a little bit higher, but yet again, he's 18, it's going to grow. He looks fantastic. He isn't our starting right back, however, because he can play left wing and right back, left back and right back. So on the bench makes a lot of sense regarding where we need him to be. Anyway, Victor Nilsson is the new goalkeeper because we got rid of Federic. 2 mil from Dortmund. As you can see, being really shrewd with the money in the window because we knew we didn't have a lot of money to spend with. This guy's probably a little bit raw, and unlike Federic, who, was unreal and was a great, keeper, this guy's probably not there at that level. However, look at the 14s, one-on-ones and kickings, he's obviously got 14 aerial reach, 193 centimeters, a big boy. If those 14s grow into 15s, those 13s get into 15s because he's 23, keepers still grow to about that 25, 26. If the Swedish international can do that, I reckon he's going to be a really good keeper for us and potentially win us a Premier League one day here at Burnley. The second thing is this guy reminds me a lot of Patrick Ludwig. I think it's Patrick Ludwig or Patrick Young from the Apex save of Work the Space. If you haven't seen that, go search that. It was unreal. What a save. But I'm really happy with how that has gone. Thomas, though, is the starting right back because look how good he is. He's 19. He's 1 year older, yet has the marking, the passing, the tackling, and the technique already. Plus crossing and dribbling already at 11, which means that if he grows to 12, 13s, it'll be fine. Anyway, determination there as well. Mentally a beast. Physically unreal. Do love it. Maliadon, how's it going in the chat? Give him a shout out quickly before we forget. Maliadon, what a streamer. Notts County streamer. He is the GOAT of streaming with Notts County. Sorry, Armand. You're just not as good as this guy. Gotta love Maliadon. Anyhow, off we go. Giving a host his way as well. Thank you, Maliadon, for the host. And there we go. Tornado Sports News. You're no longer a Liverpool fan when you're winning games with Everton and getting excited. Anyway, Thomas there looks unreal. Lucky last one, obviously, as well. Oliver for 4.8 mil is a Danish striker that has won my heart. 199 centimeters tall. The Danish lad came in because I couldn't say no to 4.8 mil. Look how good he is. 19 determination means he's got to grow into that potential no matter what. Physically is a monster. Off the ball, leadership, first touch, finishing at 14 is going to get to 15. Bravery. This guy is going to be a freak. I feel for Paul Duckett the Duck because he is unreal. But when you get a guy for this good, for 4.8 mil, you have to pick him up. him, Miguel, and Duckett could lead us as free strikers to the Premier League title like Silva and Pietro Pellegrini did at Bournemouth with Callum Wilson backing him up. It could be so good then. Anyway, that's the signings. Let me know if you think the signings have been good enough here at Burnley. But let's get into the Watford game here, who finished 4th last season. This is your best starting 4-4-2. It is Victor Thomas, Rudiger Varane, Robertson, Ojo, Carvalho. It is Lerma, by the way, Carvalho's captain and Rudiger's vice-captain. It was the other way around. Anyway, August, Anderson, Aguero, or the cheap man's Aguero, or Miguel, as we may call him. You know, the Duck makes the bench. The Duck's grown and looks pretty good. By the way, Duck Norris is the guy he named after because his name's Duckett. The Duck. It's Duck Norris. We're going to go with that. Morales on the bench there. Donny's going to make it. Allen's going to make it. Jeffers will make it too. And we'll see how we go. It's still a George Nunn's world. He's just going to play a lot of reserve football. He's a backup striker to any injury. He'll be around. Moreno's still here too. It is not too bad. We're still looking for a home from Metten, by the way, in terms of a loan. Let's get into it. That's enough of the talking. It's the most we probably talk in terms of everything. Anyhow, in terms of in season before game start. And now we're here. Look how many new players are in this Burnley side. This is a Watford side that made the top 4 last season. Can we go out there and beat it? Everybody in the chat, what is your score prediction? I know Splitto predicted 4-2-1 just before to Burnley. What is your predictions in chat? Let me know. Let's get the pressing out there. And let's go and do what we always do. By the way, Tornado, as a Pool fan, I don't really have anything against Everton. I don't really either as well. I like the history and I like us not, doing everything there. Apparently, Watford are going to win 8-1, and so Grunge reckons we're going to lose 13-0. Thank you, lads, for the confidence. What else we got here? Ginger's computer's fixed, which is thank God. That's everything that's gone on there. And yeah, obviously, everybody here. And Malidon's given up on this not stream. That hurt me a little bit, Malidon. Hopefully, we can turn it around with winning here. Anyway, I'm delighted for Shea Ojo to make his 125th appearance for us. I'm focusing on what we can do today because we don't care about this Watford side. Look, this Watford side finished 4th. However, this is Turf Moor. We need to make this place a fortress if we're going to finish top half this season. Yes, the board wants us to finish mid-table yet again. I want the top half. I want us to progress. Show signs that we are going to be good enough. Anyway, early doors, Thomas throws it in. Miguel doesn't win it. In the end, apparently it was a push. And inside 4 minutes, we're already making our way to VAR. What is new, Football Manager? What is new? New season, same old crap. It's going to be given as outside the box, and we're going to get on with the game. Anyway, who's our referee today? David. Come on, Dave, hurry up. Make a bit of a run. Give us a penalty, why not? 4 minutes in, Turf Moor. The fans are booing at you. You never know. In the end, we're going to be told it's outside the box by a mile. Yes, it was. And there we go. Hopefully something comes about of this, or we just watch something pointless. In the end, we do get to see the highlight here. It's going to be a Gus. We got big, tall timber. Anderson backstick heads, but straight to Leno. When you have a guy that's 199 centimetres, go straight for it. Anyway, time's going to tick away here, and we are going to move into the game. Look, I'm just looking for us to be defensive side. Miguel, he's not known for his free kicks, but that's side netting. That's the one thing. By getting rid of Chenoglu, we don't really have a free kick taker this season, so there's a few lads that have about 12, 13 free kicks that will rotate through. Anyway, it's Robertson who has better stats than Moreno, and I'm going to use Moreno a bit more as a backup player this season, while Robertson has got still quite good physicals. Ojo, though, had a really good season last season, but runs into a bit of a cul-de-sac, and it's going to be Leno. Miguel's going to press long from Leno. We can win that, surely. Thomas does. Lamar loses out, though. What a tackle there, but that's going to fall to Giovanni, who scored a couple against the last game of the season against us. Thank Lord we put that one wide. Anyway, we are going to continue on. 25 minutes played. It's another highlight. It's Thomas on this right-hand side. A Gus with it. He gets tackled. It's William Gublis now on the ball. He's a really good player. Luis Alberto on a free was a great signing for Watford, by the way. Really rate that indeed. Peters all the way back there to Lorenzi. We are forcing him into this little cul-de-sac we can press, but they come out the other side really well. And it may be Watford if they can go second line finding something. Gublis has made a good run. Still with Gublis. In the end, it's put it over the bar. I don't like how much space he's got in there. But we didn't concede. I could go and tightly mark him, but it's fine. Anyway, it's going to be with Leno with the ball. With Rudiger and Varane at the back, I do feel like in terms of, I was going to say in terms of winning a battle and headering, we should pick up out. Good save from Nielsen, by the way. I'm now seeing 2 runs from William, who no one's picked him up. So if somebody wants to go and man mark this guy and try him to his weaker foot, it's fine. Malidon, I see that comment in there. My PC sounded like a Greta this morning making on noise. Gritter, truck for pulling salt, grip on the ground, stop, ice for the Aussies. I know what it is. There we are. And Cole's the opposite of hot. Ice. Maludon equals weird Scott. Maludon's equal banter. Just Scottish banter. It's something to get used to. Anyway, Luis Alberto, top of the box there. Giovanni, cleared by Lamar. Should be the end of the highlight. And I don't mind if we go... Well, would I take a draw at home? Against Watford, who finished 4th last season? Probably. If we were in a decent run of form in this game, was it going to happen? No. But opening doors, if we were to draw 0-0, for instance, I would take that. Anyway, I don't know if you guys even know what cold is. What's the weather right now? The weather right now will tell you how cold it is. It is currently 16 degrees. That's considered cold in Australia. There we are. Your cold is summer here. Crunches. Yeah, it's probably true. Anyway, we're pretty happy with how the team's playing at the moment because we want to keep this group kind of motivated and really getting ready to gel with each other. In the end, Anderson, by the way, what such a big boy, flicks on a no one, and that's fine. Leno froze, but that's the highlight. I was about to say, if the highlight still continues, it's going to be a moment. I'm been happy in terms of defensively, apart from the 2 moments we've seen Gubus get through. But apart from that, it's a corner, and I haven't seen too much. William, and we're not. What a block by Thomas on the goal line. Some dogged defending at the moment, 55 minutes in. We don't mind it here at all. Look, if we can just get on the ball, just see something at the moment, would be okay. It's a highlight, though. It's James. Throws it in. Lewis Alberto. Robertson heads away, but only as far as Hendricks. It's all Watford at the moment. Werner into Peters. Peters there. Unuma again. Into Peters. We might change something here shortly. Anyway, Giovanni, Gubeles, Giovanni. There's numbers out left, right, and centre. Alberto. They're probing the space as well. Giovanni hit a couple long-range hits against us. They put that one wide. I am going to make a change here. And we are going to actually move into the 4-2-3-1. I still haven't changed that from last season. I'm going to bring Roberto on for Anderson. He's not enjoyed the best debut. I'm going to move Aguero as the advanced forward. We're going to go to that, I reckon. Wingers on attack. Got to actually try and keep the ball. Don't mind if Carvalho sits in still and defends and Lamar goes box to box. But we're going to go for that for a little bit. And then I reckon we're going to bring Duckett in late doors as well. And we'll go back to the 4-4-2. But anyway, let's see how we go. Anyway, 63 minutes played. If we could get on the ball, get a little bit more creative in a possession-based system, you never know. Robertson throws in a William. And that's the thing about having Roberto, about having Bobby, is you can do this. Anyway, the ball gets cleared. It's going to be Gilbert. This does worry me. It's them on the break because this 4-2-3-1 is very, very, very possession-based attacking. They do have numbers in good half spaces here with Chilwell. Would it have been nice to bring him down then? Instead, the ball's blocked. Augusto can run. He's quick. The diminutive winger, I pronounced that wrong. Augusto switches out there. Ojo, chance! Ojo, goal! We've not been in this game at all, but 68 minutes in, it's 1-0. What an assist from Augusto. Won the ball, took his man down the line and said, you know what, I'm putting in a ball of quality. Shea Ojo wanted to leave, by the way. Wanted to go to, I think it was Watford. And there we go. Apparently said Grunge is deaf now. Did he miss Ojo? He didn't. There we are. I love it. I love it, Maliadon. The banter is unreal. Anyway, we are 1-0 up. And we're going to continue on, but it's a highlight from kickoff, and you know what this means. We're not even going to be able to enjoy it because it's going to be a chance here. Thomas heads to no one in particular. Watch New Football Manager. The ball out there. Hendricks hits it. Nielsen knew it was going wide. The Burnley scorer is number 7. Sayojo! Tornado Sport gives us that one there. You know what? You guys need to see that on YouTube. There you are. The Burnley goal scorer is number 7. Sayojo! Tornado Sport is the up-and-coming in sports news in Football Manager. And there we are. I'm going to go and make another change in here. I reckon, do we keep the same system? We go back to 4-4-2. I reckon what we do is we might get Donny in for Lamar. It's not have the best of it, but just get him in as a deep line playmaker and support. Just get 2 bodies to sit in there and just distribute. Anyway, we're going to get to the 85th minute, and then we'll make one more change as well. Oh, Miguel's not had the best of days, but hasn't had too much service. Time's ticking away here. It's 87th minute. Leno goes into Chilwell. And I reckon if we can get through this highlight, we may go a bit more defensive. In the end, though, Giovanni is there, cuts it, it's blocked. It might fall to James. He can whip in a good ball. His ball in, it falls to Giovanni. Oh, my days. How many deflections does I fucking want to take? Out of all the ways from Watford to score, it's 1-1. And with that in mind, I am going to move to the 4-4-2 and try and win this game very late. Bobby's going to come in and plays a deeper line forward on attack. I am going to get Duckett out there late doors and see if Duckett can create something out of nothing for us. And off we go. How bad? How many deflections is that? Giovanni, ball in, deflected, falls to James. His ball in, gets deflection, falls to Giovanni, hits don't know who it hits, and deflects in. Unbelievable. 90 minutes played. I'm actually going to tell the lads, can you push 40 and find the late winner? 92, 93, 94. Time ticks away. Here we go. Rudiger gets it away into Luis Alberto. Alberto now puts the ball in, headed away again. Thomas there. If we actually win it high, oh my God, don't you dare blow the whistle. Duck it. Flick it on. Duck it. Look at the numbers going forward, ref. How do you do it? Look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it was all happening. Wowee. 1-1 out of all the ways for Watford to score. It took 2 deflected crosses and a deflected shot at goal. I actually feel a little bit robbed. I will admit, Watford were the better side here today. I'm actually pretty happy that it finished 1-1 in terms of opening day against a side that's quality. But I would have liked to see that today. I'm happy with that performance, to be honest, boys. You know, you took a side that was, you know, that finished top 4 last season, and it made them score an 88th minute very, very plucky, jammy goal. In the end, though, I'm pretty happy with that. For everybody on YouTube, though, that is going to be the end of the episode. I'll see you next time for another important league game as well. Links are in the description below. Come follow us live here on Twitch as well as Twitter. We'll be down there as well. As always, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll see you next time for Season 9, Season 2 here with Burnley in DAMMO Does England.